This is a special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night. Hello, Alabama, find a comfortable spot. We got high school football and it's coming out hot. Now here we are and the lights are shining bright. We've always been. Yeah, WAAY 31 is rocking all right.
Big Game Friday night. Max Cohan, Trevor Denton.
It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
It's the battle for Decatur, the 62nd meeting of the River City rivalry between the Black Bears and Red Raiders, and it's our Big Game Friday night game of the week.
Then out in the Shoals, Florence and Muscle Shoals battling it out in the River rivalry, and you know that's our rivalry game of the week.
Hello and welcome into Big Game Friday night, everyone. Week 1 of the season is here, and Trevor, the final week of non-region play for most schools featured a number of awesome matchups.
Yeah, that's right. This week, teams were out to prove what they can do, and many of them had the opportunity to do that against some classic rivals.
And that sets the scene perfectly for the showdown that went down tonight in Decatur, the 62nd meeting between Austin and Decatur in the River City rivalry. Paige Meyer was there and has our recap of the game.
It was an intense night out here in Decatur as the Decatur Red Raiders took on district rivals, the Austin Black Bears. Now, Austin ended up taking this one, steamrolling Decatur with a blowout of 41-0. Let's take a look at some of those game highlights. The crowd was electric at Austin High School as the city rivals went head-to-head. Austin starts with the ball, and after a methodical drive, the Black Bears starts the game out strong with a touchdown by Gavin Fuqua. Decatur's attempt to hit back is no good with an interception thrown by Zane Pointer. Number 0, Kenneth Joshua said, "I'll be taking that," snagging the interception. But the burnt orange and black didn't stop there with another touchdown walked into the end zone by Kenneth Joshua. And with the extra point puts Austin up 14-0. Austin had broken through the floodgates with a massive throw by QB JL Davis. The ball is caught and thrown into the end zone by number 5, Jackson Potter. And with the 4th touchdown, that brings Austin up 34-0 at the half. Another dominating performance from Austin with their 2nd win of the season. We're standing here on Austin High School's football field right now. I'm joined with Austin head football coach Jeremy Perkins. You just took the game. How does this specific win make you feel?
Well, every win feels good. I mean, we've got guys really improved from week 1 to week 2. So, I'm happy about that. Happy our 2 rivalries are done. It's a lot of pressure and a lot of hype for these games. So we move on to region play now.
I'm told that tonight is your 100th win. How does tonight's win make you feel overall?
Well, I mean, I feel good. I'm proud it came tonight and in this situation, but it's a testament to 15 years worth of players. All the hard work that they put into it, all the things that they did to make this milestone possible. So I'm proud of our program, where it started and where it is now.
For next game, for the rest of the season, what's some goals coming up that you're wanting to hit?
Well, we want to win the region. I mean, that's our number 1 goal starting off, and we want to try to make a good playoff run. So region play starts next Friday night, and we got to start 1-0.
Absolutely. And to any of the people watching at home, is there anything you want to say to the fans, to any of your previous players watching?
Well, I'm just proud to be an Austin Black Bear. I've been blessed with my time here, and I'm proud of the guys that have come before me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Coach. I'll let you go celebrate with the family and with the team. Have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now this pretty much wraps it here at Austin High School, with Austin taking this one 41-0. Reporting in Decatur with coverage you can count on. Paige Meyer, WAAY 31 Sports.
How about that? 100 wins. I don't know if I've done anything well 100 times. He's really turned Austin around. That program as the Black Bears cruise to 2-0 with a big win over the Red Raiders. John Ritter's era starts 0-2 on the season.
And speaking of teams with new coaches, Huntsville shut out Hazel Green 27-0 to start the Jimmy Gay era last week. Tonight they hope to move to 2-0 as they squared off with Mae Jemison. It's a catfight between the Panthers and Jags at Milton Frank Stadium, but this one would not be close. Already down 2 scores in the first first half. Mae Jemison's Jaden Burrows sees no options downfield and breaks out the spin cycle for a decent pickup, but he'd find trouble later in the drive as this pass will be a touchdown, but not for the Jags. Jagger Richardson picks it off and takes it all the way back, giving Huntsville a 21-0 lead with a pick six. And guys, when it rains, it pours. The Jags were in trouble again the next time they had the ball, and things get worse as Burrows loses it. We've got a fumble-rooski, and someone's got to get on it. And would you believe it? It's Richardson again. A pick six and a fumble recovery just a couple snaps apart, and the Panthers would pounce on the golden opportunity, punching it in as Lewis Jackson Spencer finds pay dirt with the win. Huntsville has now won 4 straight games against Mae Jemison. Final score of this one, 36-6.
How about we move from Huntsville to Harvest, where tonight the Senators welcome the Patriots over to town. Hillcrest has had Sparkman's number in the past, winning their only 2 previous meetings. The Patriots would try to flex those muscles on the Senators again early with their run game. And while this first try doesn't break for many yards, the second effort gets it done as everyone's favorite goal line move, the tush push, gets them in for 6. Hillcrest would give Sparkman problems on both sides of the line, roughing them up as they win 31-10. Jumping out to Sand Mountain, we've got a battle between 2 powerhouses in Gunnersville and Scottsboro, and in their first meeting since 1999, the Wildcats partying it like it's 1999, winning 23-19.
Back here in the Metro, we had a Madison County clash between Bob Jones and Lee. So let's head out to Joe Davis Stadium for this game that just makes you want to chant USA. And tell me if this sounds familiar. First drive of the game, Johnny Jackson hits Reese Dorsey. Need I say more? How about that? For the second week in a row, the Patriots start the game with a quick 6 from this deadly duo. So down to score early, Lee has to look to the sky, and Patrick Bailey is going deep for LeDre Battle, and they connect to flip the field, but the Pats defense would not allow them to do anything with the excellent field positioning, forcing a turnover on downs. Now with the ball again, Jackson handles business himself, make that 1 passing and 1 rushing score in the first quarter alone. The Patriots would go on to win this one, 36-7. Now in week 0, both Athens and Buckhorn picked up wins, but only one team could move to 2-0 tonight. History favors the Eagles, who have won 11 of 13 against the Bucks, and plays like this will help. Call that a pick by Jack Jones, and that ball is back in Brogan Gross's hands, and the coach's son opting to run it instead of airing it out, and it pays off this time as he gets all the way inside the 5, and of course he's got to remind the defense that's a first down, and that would give us another perfectly executed tush push. He's lost in the huddle, but it's Gross again, and he's in for 6 as the Golden Eagles go on to win 42-7. Now losing is just part of the game, and in this next matchup, both squads entered the night still looking for their first win of the season.
Yeah, that's right. Both Hazel Green and East Limestone just want to get in that win column. Still early in the season, and historically, this matchup is even with both teams winning 9 of their previous 18 meetings. So let's go over to the highlights. This one going to be a fun one. Let's see if the defensive football, the theme of tonight, continues. Yes, it will. I kind of spoiled it there. An interception caught by Aiden Raposo. What an interception and a grab right there, Max. Look at that.
Hey, people are going to be pumped up about that one. Let's see some clapping. Woo!
Yeah, people are fired up, and the Hazel Green fans fired up for this one too. The Trojans fighting on. Austin Barrett throwing one to Christian Tipton. A great hotel and an even better play there with the touchdown. Hazel Green wins 39-0, and that is the first win of the Fred Ferrier era. Let's take a look at some other 6A scores over at J.P. Kane Stadium. Hartselle hosted Jackson Owen, searching for their 3rd straight win over the Mustangs. Their dreams come true. They win 41-0, while at AP Brewer, the Priceville Bulldogs couldn't pull out a win. Final score, Patriots 28, the Dogs only 6. Well, you've already seen the River City rivalry, but we're not done with aquatic-themed rivalry games,
Yeah, absolutely.
Max.
You don't want to touch that remote because when we return, it's out to the shoals for the River rivalry.
All right, Max, Out in the Shoals, football simply a way of life, and when two of that area's biggest programs clash, always going to be some fireworks there.
Yeah, these battles between Florence and Muscle Shoals have been interesting since their first meeting in 2010, but last year the Trojans won their third straight game over the Falcons in a 9-0 shutout. Now, not counting forfeits, Florence hasn't won a game against Muscle Shoals since 2014, and the Trojans were on the charge. How about Nat Hampton showing off the speed on this run? But Muscle Shoals would do some damage on defense too. You'll see that in just a minute. It would be Keith Foster, because guess what? He's going to do a little thing we like to call the pick six. Probably already seen one of those tonight. How about one more? Could never hurt. Look at that. Nobody stopping him on his trip to the end zone. The Trojans would continue to try the ground attack, but they just could not find a breakaway play. But it wouldn't matter as they pulled out another river rivalry win, 31-13.
You know, it's always good to beat people in your backyard, and so, you know, it's great for our fans and our community, and, you know, we needed after losing last week, and, you know, we start region play next week, so it was a good win for us.
Let's check in on some of the night's other big ones. Albertville and Boaz have been playing since 1938, and the Aggies were shut out in week 0, and they didn't gain any steam this week either. The Pirates win 56-7, and out at the Arab Sportsplex, it's the first ever meeting between the Knights and Warriors. Cherokee County wins this inaugural matchup 41-21.
This year, 4A Region 8 is absolutely jam-packed, featuring last year's 3A runner-up from Madison Academy. Well, tonight the Mustangs got their region schedule going early on against Randolph. These teams have played 15 times. It's resulted in 14 MA wins, but Randolph feels like they're a program on the rise. Second quarter, William Mitchell on the rise, buying time with his legs. He finally finds a man down the field. Tyler DiOrio catching it sandwiched between two defenders, a sandwich like an Oreo there. I'm hungry now. That drive leaves them hungry with a turnover on downs. MA takes over. Zion Williams catches the pass, but the ball pops free. Bradford Hall all over it. He has a neck roll, so you know he's good at defense. The Raiders take back over. Look at that. Mitchell over the middle to Noah Gaunt, a one-handed snag. Now, come celebrate to the cameras. Come celebrate to the camera. Yeah, there it is. He came to us. Randolph wins 32-31. Let's head over to Discovery Middle School. Madison County and JP2 both on the hunt for their first wins under new head coaches. The Tigers trying to build on a 2-score lead. They complete the pass over the middle. The receiver stays upright despite getting absolutely popped. Still the drive stalls. JP2 now has 30 seconds in the half left to work with. Joey Ross completes one to Mark Andruski for the first down. Ross continuing to try and lead them down the field. He slips a tackle. Look at him taking his time. He finally draws the late hit out of bounds after picking up the first down. An efficient gain there. However, the drive does end with a missed field goal, and Madison County wins this one 26-7.
Back out in Sand Mountain, the Tyler Van era got off to a great start last week for Scottsboro as they dominated Fort Payne 31-6. Tonight, the Wildcats look to move to 2-0 as they squared off with North Jackson. Scottsboro entered the night with 5 straight wins over the Chiefs, and they make it 6, winning 14-6. Now out in Grant, DAR hired Matt Putnam as head coach earlier this month. That didn't stop the Patriots from winning their first game last week. Tonight, little bit of a different story. They could not gain any momentum as they fall to the Indians 69-0. And out at Wilson High School, the Warriors look to move to 8-0 all-time against Danville, but they couldn't get to 9-0. Danville wins 34-14. And over at West Morgan, it's the Rebels and Lions. Last year, West Morgan won 83-53. This time they win again, just not as high scoring, 42-10. You know, Trevor, we've seen a lot of great plays tonight, but most of them have come on the offensive side of the ball.
Time to change that and show the defense some love. A lot of options today, a lot of pick sixes, but who's going to be the defensive play of the day? That's next.
Stay tuned for more Big Game Friday night. It's the McCurry Van and Car Rental Big Game Friday night.
You know, Trevor, touchdown passes, flea flickers, and stiff arms, they're all really cool, but every coach will tell you that it's defense that wins championships. Tonight, a wealth of excellent plays to choose from, including 3 pick sixes.
It's a tough night to be a quarterback. A lot of great defensive plays from the secondary. So with that in mind, let's take some time to appreciate the one play that stood above them all on the other side of that line of scrimmage. It's back over to Milton Frank, where Huntsville's Jagger Richardson takes the pass out of the sky and onto the end zone. That pick also earns him the defensive play of the day and a big win for the Panthers.
All right, so that's enough defense for one night. Let's get back to touchdowns and head out to Florence, where it was sure to be another great one between Mars Hill and Russellville. Now, the Panthers took both of their previous meetings from the Golden Tigers, but by a grand total of 4 points, and they would come out quick. Handoff to Jackson Penn, and he makes one cut and finds a lot of open space, breaking free for a huge gain before he's dragged down and out. Mars Hill would cap that drive in the end zone. Caden Chandler ignores the obvious face mask as the Panthers tack on a score, and the ground game was a strength of both teams in this one. Check out this Cam Finese rumble. The guy just simply refuses to go down. The senior showing off that strength as he just kept fighting his way through the tackles. Eventually, he would find his way into the end zone for a Russellville score, but that wouldn't be enough tonight. Mars Hill goes on to pick up another win over the Golden Tigers, 28-14.
That was tough running there. Let's head back over to the scoreboards to look at some more final scores out at Elkmont. The Red Devils welcome the Golden Bears to town, and in this colorful matchup, the Bears win 49-12 over at Colbert Heights. The Bulldogs and Wildcats meeting for the first time ever. The Wildcats winning this one 38-8, not 88, that would be crazy. Out in Limestone County, it was a compass battle between East Lawrence and West Lawrence. The Wildcats find their North Star 37-0 in a win over the Eagles. And over at Hatton, the Hornets got their season started with their first ever game against the Tigers, and they win this matchup 28-21 in a slobber knocker. All right, that was a whole lot of scores, but don't worry, we still have more highlights to show you, believe it or not.
Yes.
Jam-packed show.
It's time for us to call one more timeout, but just stick around because we are heading out to Tanner right after the break.
Welcome back into Big Game Friday Night, everybody. You know, football and soccer have a lot in common. In fact, in Europe, they call soccer football.
Yeah, that is true. I have heard that. And speaking of both sports, Tanner made the call this offseason to hire the school's soccer coach as their head football coach.
Bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off for him.
So tonight, Matt Smith still searching for his first win as head football coach as the Rattlers hosted Colbert County. But it was pure domination from the Indians. Check out the ease that Frank Hayes scores with on this carry. It was like he never even took it out of second gear. After that, it only got worse for the Rattlers. This pass lobbed right over the middle, and Cash Fuqua says, "Come on, man, that's too easy." Picking it off and then showing off as he goes sideline to sideline with style, shaking and baking his way through the Rattlers to cap off a sweet pick six. And it was another tough night for Coach Smith as Colbert County wins big, 36-0. Let's check in on another team that was opening their season tonight. It's Red Bay on the road at Lamar County, and the Bulldogs pull out the win, 50-34 over the Tigers. And over at Sandrock, the Wildcats were looking for their first win of the season against the West End Walnut Grove Patriots, and they got it done, winning 14-8.
Max, of course, the high school games are awesome, but they're not the only ones we're excited about this weekend.
Yeah, Trevor, I almost can't contain my excitement. SEC football returns tomorrow, and we have an insane slate to kick things off. Let's start with the Kalen DeBoer era officially kicking off tomorrow at 6 o'clock against Western Kentucky, while over on the Plains, the Tigers welcome Alabama A&M to town for a 6:30 meeting, but those aren't the only games to be excited about. You got to remember, WAAY 31 is now North Alabama's SEC station, and we've got a triple header to kick things off this weekend in the early slate. You didn't see it there, but it is number 14 Clemson taking on number 1 Georgia. That's an 11 o'clock kick.
Austin in the SEC would be crazy, I gotta say. Then at 2:30, it's the battle for the Sunshine State as the 19th ranked Hurricanes meet the Gators in Gainesville. Then the one you're seeing, a top 20 battle to close out Saturday. Your nightcap is number 7 Notre Dame against 20th ranked Texas A&M on Saturday at 6:30. The Aggies actually favored in that one. So many good games, Max.
All right, well, before we sign off, we'd like to take the time to just thank our radio sponsors for making tonight's show possible. You see them there, thank them, because they are helping you guys get what we're giving you right now. And of course, a massive thank you to everybody in the building that helps make the show possible, from production, our EP Sarah, and every single one of the shooters on the sidelines. If they weren't shooting it, you wouldn't see it. And of course, a massive thank you to you guys for tuning in every week and making WAAY 31 your home for high school football.
And to finish this week's show, as we always do, time to roll it back, run it back, the best highlights from this edition of Big Game Friday Night.
Good night, everybody.
Special presentation of WAAY 31 Sports.